Good shit. With the recent news of the new Wallace and Gromit movie coming to Netflix at Christmas time of 2024, it got me thinking of their first adventure in the video game world, in Project Zoo, and how I used to play that game so much as a kid. And like the previous videos where I go back and play games from my childhood, I just had to go back and see if it was good or just my dumb little kid brain who just loved every single video game. If you don't know Wallace and Gromit, it's a stop-motion British comedy that consists of 4 short films, 2 feature-length films, and a few spin-off TV shows. It was created by Nick Park, who also made Chicken Run and Shaun the Sheep, and in 2003, with the help of Frontier Developments, they created Wallace and Gromit Project Zoo, a platforming game that was released in October 2003 on Xbox, GameCube, and PS2. I had this game on GameCube, and like a lot of my GameCube library, I had no idea where I got this game from. I never really got into Wallace and Gromit until their movie Curse the Were-Rabbit that came out in 2005. I feel like I was either picking random games from the rental store as a kid, or my mom was just coming home with whatever she felt like I would play. But anyway, let's hop into Project Zoo. Right here is when I stopped writing the script for this video and took a vacation with my wife to Japan, and that was a lot of fun. But luckily I took notes while I was playing the game because the game is not as fresh in my mind as it was when I first started writing this, but we'll get through it. Booting up this game is like booting up any other game I used to play as a kid. I get all this nostalgia and I feel like I'm a kid again playing this for the first time, like with my previous video about iNinja. All the music and sound effects are ingrained into my brain. The opening cutscene not so much though. I feel like I skipped it or was not paying attention at all as a kid. That opening cutscene has the titular characters, Wallace and Gromit, go to visit their favorite polar bear, Archie, at the zoo, when they realize, shit, zoo's closed, and see their arch nemesis, Feather McGraw, holding their polar bear hostage. They use a Trojan horse penguin to get inside the zoo and discover that Feathers has got the whole zoo on lockdown and using the animals for slave labor. Now it's up to the heroes to save the animals and stop Feathers from doing whatever he's doing. He's just trying to make diamonds or some shit. I don't know. The story's weird. Once you're first given the control of Gromit. Once you're first given control of Gromit in the beginning is where my brain just flooded with nostalgia, and specifically for this first level. I feel like I have a lot of memories with the beginning of games because I would just be so bad at them and had no idea where to go, and I'd just spend hours exploring the first level. I could have been so much further in games and actually beat them, but dumb kid brain. But hey, at least I was having fun. So instead of dicking around the entire time in the first level, I actually learned how to play the game properly this time. The game has you control Gromit and platform, collect valuables, fight enemies, and move around walls to help solve puzzles or build you new gear. The game has you do this over 6 different worlds, saving 6 different animals and fighting a boss at the end of each world. The first day I sat down and played this game, I had a lot of fun. I was re-experiencing all the levels I played as a kid, the platforming was fun, having Wallace create the special weapons was a lot of fun too. It wasn't until the second day where I really sat down and grinded out the rest of the game, going past where I never played as a kid and realized that the game is pretty shit, at least when it comes to the gameplay. The platforming is a fucking nightmare, at least later on in the game. The first level kind of felt like it was a little polished, but it gets way worse later on. They have lots of cool levels that are supposed to keep the gameplay fresh, but they just get me frustrated instead because jumping and grabbing ledges are completely fucking broken. It feels so janky and slow, in which a game that is mostly platforming just makes a huge chunk of the game so hard and not fun. Especially this lava level, I was really getting my shit fucked up on this one. I'm gonna need a drink after remembering all this hell that I went through. If only I had a smaller Gromit mug that looked like a shot glass, I'd just be chugging that shit all day. I actually bought this mug thinking it was a full-sized mug and was severely disappointed when it showed up in the mail. Also, have you seen the Wallace mugs? They're terrifying. The Feathers one actually looks pretty nice, but the Wallace one gives me nightmares. I really enjoyed Wallace making the new gadgets and using him to complete puzzles, but such a small part compared to the platforming. I did experience a glitch that had Gromit stuck in Wallace's path that had me restart a big chunk of the level, which also really pissed me off too. I really feel like this is the first game in me going back to play all those childhood games where it wasn't as good as I remembered it. The thing that held me through this playthrough was the humorous dialogue between Wallace and Gromit. I just really enjoy the franchise itself.
Leave this one to me, Gromit. Geronimo! Where were you, lad?
I enjoyed all the banter and cutscenes, but outside the story and gameplay were very much lacking. After the flood of nostalgia at the beginning of this game, I was left with a game with janky controls, long boring levels that are very punishing, and a story that ends so abruptly. When you finally get to the end and beat Feathers McGraw, it ends so quickly. It feels very anticlimactic for a game that builds up some fun tension and humor between its characters.
Cracking! Well done, that dog. You saved us from a fate worse than... Oi! Come back here, you! You're supposed to be under arrest. Hurrah! Yippee! Bound to rights, back behind bars, caged like an animal. Feathers won't be troubling us again in a hurry. Oh no!
This is a game that I loved as a kid and always had fond memories of playing it, but after replaying it, it was definitely the nostalgia holding it up. Despite not having the greatest time playing it now, it can never break those cherished memories I had as playing it as a kid. I'll still give it 5 out of 5 mini shot glass Gromit mugs.